Welcome to our brand new series, Revision Under 15 Minutes with Animation. If you're looking for quick, engaging, and effective revision for your exams, you're in the right place. In today's episode, we bring you the summary of A Letter to God, a heartwarming yet ironic story from Class 10 English. Stay till the end for an unexpected twist, and don't forget to check the description for downloadable notes. Imagine relying entirely on nature for your survival, only to watch everything you worked for destroyed in minutes. How would you feel? Desperate? Helpless? Hopeful? This is the story of Lencho, a hard-working farmer whose unshakable faith in God leads to an unexpected turn of events. Stay with us until the end, because this heartwarming yet ironic tale has a surprising twist. Lencho was a poor but dedicated farmer who lived with his family in a small house on a hill. His only source of income was his crops, and his family depended entirely on a good harvest. One day, as he looked up at the sky, he saw dark clouds forming. His heart filled with hope. Rain was coming. Excited, he told his family that their crops would flourish. Soon, gentle raindrops started falling. At first, the rainfall was perfect, a blessing for his fields. But suddenly, everything changed. The soft raindrops turned into large hailstones, crashing down like frozen pearls from the sky. Within minutes, Lencho's entire field was destroyed. The crops, the fruits of his hard labor, were gone. The land that once promised a rich harvest now lay in ruins. Lencho and his family were heartbroken. With no food and no money, they faced an uncertain future. But Lencho was not a man who gave up easily. He had immense faith in God, a belief so strong that he was convinced divine help would come. And so, he decided to do something extraordinary. He took out a piece of paper and began writing a letter, not to a relative, not to a friend, but to God himself. In his letter, he poured out his heart, explaining how the storm had destroyed his crops and left his family starving. He then made a direct request. God, I need 100 pesos to plant my field again and feed my family. Please help me. Sealing the letter with determination, he walked to the post office and dropped it into the mailbox. When the postman picked up the letter and saw the address, he couldn't believe his eyes. A letter to God. Curious and amused, he showed it to the postmaster. At first, the postmaster laughed, but then something about the letter moved him. He admired Lencho's unshakable faith and decided to do something about it. He came up with a plan. If Lencho believed in divine help, why not make it real? He and his colleagues collected money to help the poor farmer. Although they couldn't gather the full amount, they managed to collect 70 pesos. The postmaster placed the money in an envelope and signed it, "From God," before sending it to Lencho. Days later, Lencho returned to the post office, anxious but hopeful. When he received the envelope, his heart swelled with joy. His faith had been rewarded. He opened it eagerly and began counting the money. But soon, his joy turned into disappointment. Instead of the 100 pesos he had asked for, there were only 70. His face darkened and his hands clenched into fists. He was convinced that God had sent him the full amount, but someone must have stolen the remaining 30 pesos. And who could it be? The only ones who handled the letter were the postal employees. Without a second thought, Lencho grabbed another piece of paper and wrote a second letter to God. This time, his tone was serious. "Dear God," he wrote, "I received only 70 pesos. Please send me the remaining 30. But don't send it through the post office. Those employees are thieves." He sealed the letter and dropped it into the mailbox once again, unaware that the very people he was accusing were the ones who had helped him. And this is where the story takes an ironic turn. The very people who had shown kindness to Lencho were now accused of dishonesty. This story beautifully captures three key messages. First, it highlights unshakable faith. Lencho's belief in God was so strong that he never doubted divine help. Second, it reminds us of the kindness of strangers. The postmaster and his colleagues gave selflessly to help someone in need. And third, it teaches us about the irony of life. Sometimes we misjudge the very people who try to help us. What do you think? Was Lencho right to doubt the post office? Or should he have been more grateful? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more engaging summaries. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.